You may ask yourself now, what's the plan with this engine? Why did I bought it and what is it for? I tell you, I want to build a motorcycle. Let me explain. So, this is an engine from Aprilia RSV4. I bought it about 2 months ago where I did the unboxing. And now it's time to start with the new project because my triple bike is almost finished. I bought this engine because I want to have this gearbox and this clutch. I choose this gearbox because it is very tough. When you look at the gears and when you look at the size, I don't know if you can see this on camera, but those are really tough gears. And the bike have a stock power of 210 horsepower. For the motorcycle and the engine I want to build, I need a really tough gearbox, and that's it. I chose this gearbox because I took a look at every gearbox of every super sport motorcycle on the market right now, and I chose this one because it's a cassette type gearbox, which means that the 2 gear shafts and the actuation system are on one plate and very easy removable. And also I choose this because what I have seen, the gears itself and the thickness and just the way it looks, I choose this one because in my opinion it's the most reliable and toughest gearbox on the market, except a Hayabusa or a reinforced Hayabusa gearbox, but those are around 5k just for the gearbox, and I bought the whole engine for, I think with shipping, about 3.5k, and I have everything I need. The plan is to build a complete housing for the gearbox, and also I'm using the original clutch system and everything you see here. I'm using this. I also want to use the e-start because that's the most easiest way to start an engine, and I don't want to break my leg when I kickstart the cylinders. I want to build a complete housing with all the parts that are lying around here rearranged for my needs, and of course it's going to be a 2-stroke engine. And I bought also another engine. The engine is right under here. I want to use the crankshafts and the cylinder of this engine, but just the crankshaft and the cylinders. Let me show you the engine I bought. Now with this engine I have 2 ZABEL ZM29 700cc 2-stroke engines. Everyone made about 80-85 horsepower, and I want to build a VTwin ZABEL engine with this gearbox. That's absolutely mind-blowing because this engine has a 4-speed transmission, and I'm gonna use 2 of these cylinders and pair it with a RSV4 Super Sport gearbox. The first step is I'm gonna build the whole engine. All is gonna be a complete custom-made, my design billet engine case. When I have the engine, I want to build the rest of this motorcycle. At first I have to disassemble this engine, take off the cylinder and split the crankcase so I can measure everything and make my own design crankcase. In this crankcase I want to put in the gearbox and all the other stuff I need. Also the e-start, because I don't want to break my fucking leg when I try to kickstart 2 700cc engines. In total the engine gonna be 1400cc 2-stroke. This engine vibrates a lot. When I combine 2 cylinders, one is up and one piston is down, most of the forces are cancelling out each other and the engine will run a lot smoother than just one single cylinder engine. And when I'm finished building the whole engine, I want to build the rest of the bike. I want to build the frame and the tank and all the stuff I need. The bike is gonna have a hardtail because I want to build the engine to look a bit like my favorite bike. My favorite bike is a 1920 board track racer. I think that's the most beautiful shape of a motorcycle that you can imagine, because it's more bicycle than motorcycle. It's basically just a bicycle with an engine strapped on. In here is my 700cc mini bike, and I also have to take out this engine at one point and use the cylinders and the cylinder head piston and the crankshaft for my engine. I don't know exactly when I released the video. Right now it's the mid of July. Here is my triple bike. You can see the front brake calipers are missing, but the rest of the bike is almost finished. And yeah, now I have a lot of work measuring all the parts I need and 3D print the case. And then when I have the 3D print the parts, I gonna move on and yeah, let's start this crazy project.